Hi, this is Liza Infante, and I'm here in London where I work and where I live with my family. Though once upon a time, I was an actor with Repertory Philippines. So I don't really think I ever decided to become an actor. It sort of just happened. I was supposed to be doing a show just for the summer, and I fell in love with the theater, and so I just kept going and doing more and more productions, and I became an actor. I think a lot of you know that Tita Baby is my aunt. She's actually really my tita. So it was always going to be rep. There's never gonna be any other place for me to start my acting career. My first rep production was Sleeping Beauty. It was the very first children's theater. It was directed by Jonas Sebastian, and it was an amazing experience. I was meant to just be in the chorus. I remember auditioning. I was really fresh. I didn't know how to act or do anything or sing even dance. And I slowly just got promoted and ended up playing Phoebe the fairy because a lot of people were dropping out of the show because they were doing all of these other plays for rep. And so that's kind of how I landed into playing one of the leads in Sleeping Beauty, very first production, which was super successful and ended up just going and going and going. And that's how I got started. So, I don't think I was very good. I think it was children's theater, so it was almost excusable because we had a lot of kids watching, and it was about the spectacle and just having fun and really relating to the kids. So I think I was very good with relating to the kids, but my voice wasn't really trained at that point. I remember a very good friend of mine, an actor, telling me years later, after I did another production, how much I had grown and how much better I was, because when he watched me in Sleeping Beauty, I sounded like an ipis. So yeah, I don't think others thought I was good either, but it was a lot of fun. I really loved doing the comedies, and maybe because I related most to that. I like to make people laugh. I like to hear people laughing. It makes me feel good. I find it really fulfilling when you make someone happy. So comedies were my favorite. One character I really remember playing, because it was actually quite difficult, and the singing was also quite difficult because we had to do everything in one breath, was playing Amy and Company. So let me see if I can still remember the lyrics. JM was my husband in this show. He'll remember this well. So here it goes. Pardon me, is everybody there? Because if everybody's there, I want to thank you all for coming to the wedding. I'd appreciate you going even more. I mean, you must have lots of better things to do, and not a word of it to Paul. Remember, Paul, you know the man I'm gonna marry, but I'm not, because I wouldn't ruin anyone as wonderful as he is. But I thank you all for the gifts and the flowers. Thank you all. Now it's back to the showers. Don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. One breath. And I remember Tita Bibot made me do that on the ground while I was crawling on the floor. I have no idea how I pulled that off. The really funny thing is, my husband now is actually called Paul. Goodness, I'm sure I messed up lines many times. I don't think I ever really giggled on stage. I think there was a moment when we were doing Love's Labour's Lost where something happened and I was really trying to suppress a laugh, while delivering an entire soliloquy, and that was probably the most torturous moment I ever had. I remember Michael Williams holding my hand throughout that and really getting me through it, but that's something I'll never forget. Goodness, so many. But I do remember one particular one when I was doing Passion, and I played, I think, the mistress, and I had this whole scene where I was confronting Fosca, who was played by Menchu Lauchenko. And I was telling her what a fool she was because, you know, you fool, a man's a fraud, a fake, and the person she was married to. And it ends with me kind of saying, "You fool," and I walk off stage. And as I was walking off stage, I accidentally stepped on the front of my skirt, which was a big hoop skirt. So as I was walking off stage and stepping on the front of my skirt, it started tilting me forward to the point where I was just tilting all the way to the wings. And I think one of the crew members, it may have been Jerry or the Boods, had to kind of catch me in the end. So that was really, really funny. I think the audience noticed it, but it was the people backstage that were really cracking up with that one. It wasn't really about being scared of the directors. I think, you know, especially when Tita Baby directed me, I really felt I had to do well. It was more around not wanting to disappoint because she was my aunt and really just trying my best. So no one really scary, but really more about not wanting to disappoint.